Welcome everybody to another exciting review with Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. It is the Trash Man Trav here, and we are about to give a rundown of Batman Soul of the Dragon. So stay tuned. So, Batman Soul of the Dragon. It was released digitally January 12th, comes out physically January 26th. I don't know why DC's been doing that lately, but not a fan of that. It's not fair to the physical owners. So, yeah, let's knock that off, DC, and get right to it. Soul of the Dragon, again, for people who have seen the trailers, kind of know what it's about, this does not have any comic source material. It's its own story on its own. So, yeah, we're getting a fresh Batman story here. Should be pretty exciting. This is a rated R Batman film. Personally, I felt like the R rating was unjustified after watching the film. I guess it can teeter-totter either way, but I think it deserved the PG-13 rating versus the rated R. So let's give a quick rundown of some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. This is directed by Sam Liu, who worked on The Batman. If anybody's seen that animated series. He also directed Justice League Gods and Monsters, Justice League vs. Teen Titans, Killing Joke, and he also did The Death and Reign of Superman. And of course, he's also done stuff with Marvel, like Hulk, First Planet Hulk, and Thor, Son of Asgard. A ton of other stuff too. All-Star Superman, Superman, Batman, Public Enemies. Dude's done massive amount of work, so you got a big name again. He knows his comic book stuff. He knows what to deliver. This was written by Jeremy Adams, who also wrote the Justice League Society World War II that is coming later out this year. Also, one of the big writers on Supernatural. And I know we got a lot of Supernatural fans here, as well as Benjamin Banks. He wrote on Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge that came out last year. If you ain't seen that, fantastic film. He wrote on Young Justice, Teen Titans Go vs. Teen Titans, multiple Lego movies. He wrote on Justice League Action, the Green Lantern series. So the guy knows how to write comic book material. And the score. The score was done by a guy named Joachim Horsley, who just mostly known for doing the score behind Big City Greens on Disney Channel. Great show as well, especially if you got kids. I'm a fan. You should check it out. I love it too. So let's give this cast a rundown. Let's introduce some of these characters. Of course, we got Bruce Wayne Batman. That is played by Dave Guntantoli, who was most known on NBC's show Grimm. If you didn't catch Grimm, it came on probably about 2010 to 2017. He was the lead character in that, Detective Nick Burkhart. Great show. It was around, Once Upon a Time era. So, yeah, if you were into that, I think you would love Grimm. Another guy we got, the Bruce Lee kind of character, Richard Dragon, that is played by Mark Dacascos, who, this guy's been around for a long time, man. He was Jimmy Lee in Double Dragon, for all my 90s kids, and he also played Zero, the assassin in John Wick 3. He's done a ton of stuff since then, but that shows you the range of acting that he's been in. Of course, we'll move on to Lady Shiva, who was voiced by Kelly Hu, who also voiced Lady Shiva in Batman Arkham Origins. Again, obviously we know the Batman Arkham series, fantastic, and you can pick up that whole entire series for $20 on the PlayStation Store, Xbox Marketplace, wherever. Then we also have Bronze Tiger, aka Ben Turner, who was voiced by Michael J. White, who also played Bronze Tiger in CW Arrow. And of course, we know Michael J. White played Spawn. He might be the most famous African-American martial artist in the world. Everyone knows who Michael J. White is. So again, this cast is already shaping up to be spectacular. Another one, Jade. That's voiced by Jamie Chung, who we all know from the infamous Dragon Ball Evolution. She played Chi-Chi. She was also in Gotham as Valerie Vale. And here recently, she played in one of my favorite series from 2020, Lovecraft's Country. So, moving on to the next character, if you will, we got Rip Jagger, who is voiced by Chris Cox, who has been in, again, a shit ton of DC stuff. Superman Doomsday, All-Star Superman, Gotham by Gaslight. He voiced Commissioner Gordon on Assault on Arkham. And here most recently, he played on Batman Hush. He was Scarecrow. Moving along, we got O-Sensei, who is voiced by James Hong. James Hong is a absolute legend. He has been around since the 1950s. Still doing it. He's been in Blade Runner, Big Trouble in Little China, Wayne's World 2, Mulan, Jackie Chan Adventures, Kung Fu Panda. This guy has been in everything from live action to animation to video games, you name it. He's done it. He's a legend. And now we're moving on to the villain. We got a Jeffrey Burr, who was a leader of the Cobra gang. That is voiced by Josh Keaton, who, if anybody saw from Crisis on Two Earths, the Justice League movie, he was Wally West, aka Flash, Third Flash, Kid Flash, and he also voiced Aquaman in that movie. So that's pretty much your big character wrap-up, and let's get down to the plot. So we have Richard Jagan, who is coming to seek help from Bruce himself to stop millionaire Jeffrey Burr, leader of the terrorist crew, Kobra, not to be confused with Cobra Kai, not to be confused with G.I. Joe. Alright? This is completely separate. It's its own thing. They have obtained a way to get into the secret gate, and it is a portal that opens up to the serpent god Naga. They have also stolen the Soulbreaker sword from Lady Shiva, who was given the sword by O-Sensei to kind of watch over and take care of and, be its keeper, if you will. So now Bruce and Richard, they must assemble their whole old squad from back in the day that trained under O-Sensei to stop Jeffrey Burr and Cobra from unleashing Naga on the planet. You know how it goes. It's simple. It's comic booky. It's right there. What else would you want in a comic book plot? They got to stop some sort of supernatural villain from taking over the planet. We know, kind of based on the trailer, it's very 1970s martial arts mixed with, DC, mixed with a little bit of 007. You'll get a lot of that in the opening scene, especially in the score. You'll hear, the Shaft-like music, the 007-like music. You'll get those Bruce Lee vibes. It's very Enter the Dragon, Big Trouble in Little China, blended with DC animation. To praise it, it's got tons of action. 15 minutes into the movie, we already have amazing fight scenes. My really only nitpick with how much action it has is it seems like character development is none. You get a little bit of backsplashes here and there, but you don't get anything else really besides that. And maybe that's not their goal, to introduce these characters and make you fall in love with them. But yeah, there's just really not a lot of development going on there. But, if you're just looking for a movie with tons and tons and tons of, action, hey, you're going to get it. As far as the animation goes, we've gotten some really nice animation from DC over the last, 2 to 3 years. Most notably, Batman Hush and Dark Apocalypse War being, I want to say those were their first 2 4K movies that they released. And really, so far, with, since Dark Apocalypse ended and they're done with that timeline, they've taken a step back animation-wise, with Superman, Man of Tomorrow, and now Batman Soul of the Dragon. They haven't put the money into the animation like they did previously. I don't know the reasoning for it. It's not a super huge turnoff, but again, it's not, you don't get to see this amazing animation that you did with Batman Hush and Dark Apocalypse War. Something else was the drawing style of Batman. He looked way too much like Clark Kent, and you'll see right there. This looks like Clark Kent's brother. You know what I mean? I don't like it. It's not it doesn't distract you from the movie, But as soon as when I seen picture, I was like, is Clark Kent in this movie? But no, that's Batman. That's Bruce Wayne. And that's what he's looking like. A lot of people I see complaining about it being named a Batman movie. Where Batman's kind of the weak link in the movie, you know? In my opinion, I got no problem with it. I think the only way to sell the movie is to put Batman in the title. And that ropes in the viewer. And you could say that it tricks them somewhat. It's a Batman movie, though. Batman's in it. You'll get mostly Bruce Wayne, but, you know, Batman's in it. And I don't have much of a problem with it as some of these other people do. I think it's just people nitpicking, trying to find things to complain about. It doesn't deter the movie at all. And, you know, by the time you get to the end of the movie, this thing's left open for a sequel, which I know Sci-Fi did a interview, and they have ideas for the sequel. So they went into this with a sequel in mind, depending on, you know, the kind of numbers that they did and if a sequel would get greenlit for it. You know, for me, I highly enjoyed the film, and if I was going to rate it, I'm going to give it a good 8 out of 10. It might be my favorite standalone Batman movie that isn't your typical Batman movie. I liked it much better than Gaslight by Gotham. I can't even think of some of the others right now. There's 2 or 3 more that are kind of one-offs, but yeah, I think this was very enjoyable. The film score was great. It fit right in. It was action-packed. The casting that they did is fantastic. Honestly, I think Batman is the weak link in the movie, but I feel like everybody that they casted, if for some reason they did a live action, they could do that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So there it is. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Make sure you like, subscribe, rate to the video, subscribe to the channel. You know, show us some love. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what you thought about the movie below in the comments. Let us know if you're gonna see the movie. You know, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's the man Trash Man Trav, and I'm out of here.
Be sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video and get notified every time we upload a new one by subscribing and ticking the bell icon. You can also listen to the full episode by searching for Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks on your favorite podcast app. If you'd like to help support more great content like this, be sure to check us out on Patreon. We'll have the link posted in the description below. Thanks for listening, and see you on the next episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.